call is now being recorded.
For sure.
Nah, for sure.
It's
Long time in the making. Because I think we follow each other back, like it had to be
2021.
Yeah, I'll say it's 2021.
Yep.
Dang,
yeah. It's been a minute.
I feel like I've seen it. I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel like I've seen so many different ways of like people getting into streetwear. Like I feel like when we was kicking it off, it was like I feel like the community was real tight knit.
Oh yeah,
and I
for
feel like
sure.
now it's like, so you out there with the wolves, bro.
You getting fed to them, man. It's insane. I remember starting. I was like, okay, I don't like these shorts, big tees, but I have a lot of them. Let's see how this goes. And that was like the snowball effect of me really like, all right, let me really showcase like what I'm into. You know what I'm saying? The avant-garde things of that nature. But yet now, yeah, you're fed to the wolves. And then also, I don't know, man, these youngins got it. I'm gonna just leave it at that, bro. They got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wear what I like, continue to do what I'm doing, but they got it. I want no problems.
Is there any way? Because I think you on your phone, right?
Yeah. You want me to switch it to the laptop?
Or if you can go horizontal with the phone,
Oh yeah, for
if
sure.
possible. Yeah.
Yo, this is my first one, chat. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect.
That better right there?
Yeah, for sure. Way better. And we definitely go get into like all that towards the tail end, but we go ahead and like just kick off with the articles first.
For sure.
1 second. I think you went black on me.
I did. It says use hand gestures to send react. I don't even know what this means. There we go. We out of there.
I was going to mention boy KLOTH, and I'm back with another video, man. Look, if I'm not starting somewhere, I'm not going nowhere. And this is going to be another segment of KLOTH Talk. Now, again, KLOTH Talk is just where I'm grabbing the archetypes from hype beats, complex, and it's all talk about sneakers and fashion, all that stuff that I love to talk about. And I bring people on here who have those same passions. But like we kind of kicked it off earlier, man, definitely a long time in the making, bro. We've been following each other for a while now. Like I'm talking, we damn near went to college together. It's like 4 years.
4 years. That's a fact.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
I
cannot complain. I can't complain. I choose not to.
Oh, okay, I respect that.
You know what I'm saying?
I respect that. So we'll definitely get more into like, you know, how we came to follow each other, your journey with content. But let's go ahead and just jump straight into this first article.
Yep.
Actually, I don't know if it's because you in the bathroom, but I do hear a slight echo.
If that works. That makes it a little easier.
Way better too. And it's like your voice is like being isolated. So like it's definitely
it's better. It's more muffled out.
Yeah, for surely.
Okay, copy that.
Bet it up. All right, cool. All right, so this article title reads the Nike Air Force One Low Invisible Woman 2. Oh, bro. Hey, I know what to say. Anyways, hey, look, bro. I say this all the time, bro. Words are just whatever, bro. At this point, y'all know what to say. It's funny seeing this, bro, because I just remember growing up and how big the transparent Nike Air Forces was. And we'll also just use this as a guiding force for like just different talking points when it comes to sneakers. But like when you saw this, because I know you've been in the sneaker game for a while, like when you saw this, what were your initial thoughts?
At first, I was, you know, like every old head. Come on, man. Why ain't y'all just make it the same way? You know, I wanted it to be the original 06, you know, how it was released in 06. But I can't complain here. You know what I'm saying? But I still have my gripes with it, man. But I'm excited that they're reaching into the vault and letting these new kids, you know, get into it as well. And just not even new kids, newer people. I've seen a lot of grown men starting to get into this sneaker game that weren't necessarily into it. And this is kind of a good way, I guess, to kickstart you into Air Forces. But, man, Air Forces for me, yeah, you already know.
Have you ever owned a pair of the transparent joints?
I did back in 7th grade, actually in 06. And there was a woman, one of my classmates, I remember her, man, Tiffany, I ain't gonna say your last name. Yes, sir, dog. In school, in class, I was a little on the chubbier side too, and I had to go put some socks on, man, because I literally went barefoot in it just to be, to be cool. But it didn't work out for me. I got clowned. But luckily, yeah, I did have a pair. I owned a pair. We actually bet on a game of basketball, and I suck at basketball, but I beat her, so I feel good.
Wait. I think I might have missed something. You played a girl.
Yeah, she was a stud, man.
Okay.
Stud,
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
She could hoop.
Yeah. I'm just like mentally picturing like that scene in Love and Basketball. When bruh, honestly, I don't think enough people talk about that. Why did he go so hard on her just for him to be like, let's play again? Like, bro was
I'm not playing you again. What you mean?
Mind you, it's late at night. People tired, got work in the morning. He over there balling like it's game 7. No, that movie is crazy, bro. That movie's insane.
You're right. It's not talked about enough, though. That movie in general is a classic for us, too. Just like these shoes.
Yeah.
Not this one, but,
I remember just growing up, man. And like all my older cousins had these joints. And I do agree with you. I didn't really think about it till you just said that. Like they could have just went the traditional route with it. Because I feel like it doesn't give the same feel and look that although this picture is kind of crazy, it don't give this this was the OG look. Like your whole foot was out.
Your whole man, what?
And I feel like it gave you like, even though I don't think back then people were really doing it to the extent of like what we do it now, but like just imagine like the color coordination combos that could happen if you just had this whole front out. Like
for sure.
I feel like doing it this new way kind of just like it's dope that it's coming back for sure. Yeah. But it's just like if they kept it the OG way, it could have been just like a little bit more like it could have sealed the deal, in my opinion.
For sure. And I agree with you on that statement, man. It's one of those, I guess, beggars can't be choosers in a sense, you know what I'm saying? But if you are going to pay homage to an 06 release and then calling it the Invisible Woman 2.0 or whatever it may be, and at least the whole overlay, I feel like should have been that TPC or TPU, whatever the clear material is. I feel like it should have been that. And then y'all could have changed the check with the gray overlay or changed a little bit of the blue. But other than that, like, I feel like when we think of that type of silhouette or that Air Force that is see-through, like we want to see the whole shoe see-through. That's the point.
Especially if you call it an Invisible Woman.
Come on, point, I mean, in reality,
the soul transparent.
Man, what? It should have been fully transparent. That would have been something crazy. Then I could have rocked with that. It's kind of like they backtracked. They went, 500 years back when they released this one. So that's just my 2 cents on it. But for sure, again, beggars can't be choosers. Will I buy a pair or get a pair?
Yeah, would I buy an OG pair? Oh, I definitely would. Oh,
even now on me right now, hands down. Yeah, right now. Would I wear it? I'll try to wear it, but I'll be scared that it's gonna start to crack. So that'll probably be something to sit on the shelf, man. So,
and I am curious because you said something earlier about like they paying homage to like the old like 06 and like 05 and 04 and all that, and you saying like it's getting new people into sneakers. I do have this question, given that like because I see you rock a wide variety of sneakers, not just the Adidas Sambas. You're not just rocking the, what's trending. You actually rocking 9s. You rocking, a plethora of like sneakers that were popular back then. Do you feel like there's too many people getting into sneakers? Because at this point, it's like $1 billion industry. Everybody wants to play with the whole sneaker game right now. But do you feel like there's a disconnect versus like what you seen when you were growing up versus what it is now?
For sure. And the issue for me is it's like you said, it's becoming $1 billion industry and it's only rising. I think the issue is it's not passion behind it. Now it's a check, it's money. And that's okay and all. Everybody, we need to eat. Inflation is a real thing. I get it. But the passion behind it is gone. So that's where these ideas are now kind of diminishing. Like you don't see a lot of innovation with new sneakers. As far as the big companies, the Nikes, the Converse, these things and that. But yeah, I feel like it is oversaturated, the game itself, because like I said, it's not enough passion and everybody's just in it to resell. It's so many resellers, way more than collectors. And when I was growing up, it was so many more collectors than there was resellers. Hell no. I don't know if I can curse on here.
No, you all good.
Hell no, we are not reselling these sneakers. Do you know what I just went through to go pay for the $140 shoe? You know what I mean? like no. It's way oversaturated, I feel. And the passion is gone behind it. And there's a select few, you know, we know there's people that are still collecting and things of that nature. But now everybody that's coming into it is all about a check, in my opinion. So
yeah.
yeah.
And I knew it was kind of like switching up a little bit because, like, I remember back in like when I was in middle school and my cousin was meeting up with people from Craigslist to trade shoes.
Yep.
And like people were trading heat that would like be deemed heat for another shoe that they actually wanted. Just because it was heat, they wasn't keeping it just because they could resell it for a higher price. They were keeping it so they can go get another desirable shoe that they wanted. So like I've seen just like how people view sneakers just like go completely, like it's a different space right now. I'm not saying it's bad because like we're getting a lot of, you know, we got the Joe Fresh Goods of the world, SILHOUTTE, Benberry, you know, J Tips, like they're creating and they have a passion for it, but there definitely is an oversaturation of people just in it for the money. And it's showing. It's showing because you have a shoe like a Nike Dunk where like at one point the Nike Dunk was up here. You could get a pair now for like under $70.
Back how it used to be.
And like that was like people wanted the Panda Dunk. They wanted those.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, you know, the people buy 6 of those at a time and just they beat them up. They don't care anymore.
Right. It's one of those shoes now that they hate because of oversaturation, you know. And I'm not going to say that blames the consumer, but to blame the consumer, but I also do blame Nike. They seen, oh, money grab, and just started pumping out millions and millions of these Panda Dunks. We got more Panda Dunks than we got mid white Air Force Ones. Where are the mid white Air Force Ones at? Gone. I can go on full. I can get a low anywhere and all these colors, but where are my classic mid white Air Force Ones? Gone. And I feel like it's because, you know, the consumer too, you know, they bite on this trend and then it takes off, and these big corporations see dollar signs, but where are the classics? Well, you know what I'm saying? Like where are these pieces for us, for the OGs? You know what I mean? Like it's, yeah, again, that passion's gone. And like you said, it's just, I don't know. It's a weird space right now. We're in a weird, a very weird space right now with sneaker game. But with the SILHOUTTE Benberries and the J Tips and all of those guys, I think that's what's keeping us afloat.
Yeah.
And I love to see it, man. Yeah, I love to see it. It's way more too that I probably can't name. But there's a couple like Sia, the Sia Collective guy. I've been following him for a while. He makes a lot of crazy, innovative shoes. Like, yeah, you got to look him up if you're not, you know.
I'm about to say that name sounds familiar. I just can't put.
I think he's from DC or something like that. But man, he's coming out with these weird. He has some innovation, and I'm kind of like, I'm leaning towards like, dang man, you on to something. It's not long before we see these companies start to copy you. So,
I mean, because at this point, everybody kind of copying everybody.
Oh, hands down. I'm guilty
to some degree. To some degree, which like, actually, like, and it's just being very honest and truthful. Like maybe this is not the right way to say it, but I'm gonna just say it. You can't really do much. Like a lot of shoes are gonna look the same. Like I don't know if you like hip to like the TP soccer Nikes that's kind of like pushing right now with the little cleat looking ones. Those look like what is those like? They look like some Pumas, or like the Stan Smith is looking like this new silhouette that, you know, New Balance is coming with, and like all these shoes are kind of like merging together. For sure. So it's not like, I don't know if it's like necessarily good or bad, but like you can't, there's not much innovation that you can necessarily do with a sneaker because they're all going to kind of pull inspiration from like, you know, the giants in the game. Like, you know, if you want to make a low top, you go probably copy in some sense to like a Vans, a Converse, or like a Stan Smith Adidas. Like it's just gonna happen just because like we've seen it, we've been indoctrinated. So like even if it's like a new thought to like, oh, maybe I'm gonna change the swoosh into a nail, and it's like it's already been done. Like, and I'm not saying it can't be done, but like a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing kind of like people seeing what's trending, like the Nike cleat, Adidas cleat, low top boot summer type shoe, and I'm seeing that get pushed a lot. So.
Soccer culture and soccer gear in general is starting to get pushed a lot as well, and that's something I've always been fond of. I love soccer. I don't say it enough. Oh yeah, that's one. My mom's Italian, so I grew up just enjoying soccer, and I could play it very well. I'm not no damn Messi or anything, but I could play it pretty well. So I have, like seeing the attire and seeing it kind of evolve into that streetwear is kind of it's fascinating. So when I seen the Sambas come back out, I was like, man, y'all don't understand. Sambas, we use those for futsal, like indoor soccer. We was using that indoor soccer. We at the gym every Saturday, Sunday playing indoor soccer, or you know what I'm saying. Even on it's a good shoe to play soccer with. You know what I'm saying. So to see it be used in streetwear is kind of cool because I'm fond of it too. So kind of to see those two worlds merge, it's fascinating to me. I kind of went off, but it is cool to see.
I wonder how much, because whether you like them or you don't, speed definitely has played. The streamer speed has played a big role into like a lot of younger demographics who necessarily wouldn't have been into soccer.
For sure.
Watching it being evolved. I mean, everybody obviously knew who Cristiano Ronaldo was, but like the way that he just ride from now, it's like in black households that they may have never watched soccer before a day in their life. One last question pertaining to these shoes, because we kind of ventured from these shoes. One last question. Do you feel like I have like this opinion about sneakers, and like some people agree with it, some people don't? Do you feel like once we stop going to the store to get raffles for sneakers and waiting in line for shoes, do you think that was the catalyst? Because like when it's online, you could roll over, just I didn't get it. But like when you was going to the store to get a raffle and like just waiting in line and not knowing if you go get a pair, I feel like that was like a different feeling with sneakers.
It definitely was. I remember about when the Concords dropped and you had to wait in line, and just the sheer rush of waiting at 3, 4, 5 in the morning for a sneaker, or having to go 2 weeks before the sneakers release to get the raffle. Like, oh, I have a high chance. I felt like your chances were kind of higher if you lived in that demographic of having a good mall, because some people just didn't have accessibility. So I feel like that it definitely played a part, having it on your phone and doing this. It was for the people that couldn't access it as easy as people that lived in inner cities. It just it really, I think that's where the oversaturation came from. Once sneakers blew up the way it blew up, and I want to say COVID time, it really it shifted. It made a whole shift, and I was like, oh, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I don't like it. I do not like not being able to go get the sneaker I want, not being able to. You saying there ain't no raffles now? I got to go online.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, what? And then these people spend money in here. They got all these extra points, so they getting 100 tickets versus your one. Yeah, it's crazy.
People get jeans, taking the whole, like
everything. Every chance you get is gone to this one person.
And I'm not even saying that people weren't backdooring shoes back then, but like you was like, I was on you. Like if your manager walked in, you didn't have like, what happened to those? We had this many pairs. Why don't we have that? You was definitely being watched. But like now it's like you loaded up on any website, somebody with a bot can snag up 50 pairs. What's the point?
Yeah.
Honestly, and there was a period of time from like 2023 to like 2024, really, where like I just fell out of, like, I did not like sneakers anymore. I was rocking boots. I was rocking boots. Like I was just over. I'm like, man, I ain't about to keep waking up and the shoes sell out in 0.2 seconds. That don't even make sense. Like what?
It really does. Yeah, it kind of, it angered me, man. I could say the same. I started getting into the boots or avant-garde type of sneakers, you know what I'm saying, around that realm. But then I just have this passion for sneakers, man. I love shoes. I like the history behind sneakers. Even if I can't wear it, I just enjoy the history and the significance behind it. You know what I mean? Like I have a huge collection of older sneakers that I definitely can't wear, but it's just the story behind it, man. I think I like history, and mixing that with sneakers, man, it's it's a big love, deep found love for sneakers, man.
And I have just one more question, honestly, because like this my shit. I could
you do whatever you need.
But I had this conversation last week with somebody from New York. Where are you originally from?
Bro, I am from a small town called Augusta, Georgia, man.
Oh, you like from Augusta, Georgia? Man, people know Augusta, Georgia.
Augusta, man.
That's because I have family in Georgia.
My boy, Wellmaker in the UFC right now. He's putting on for us right now. He got 3 first-round knockouts, man, in that UFC. So seeing him do his thing and just, bro, he's skyrocketing right now.
He going crazy.
I love it for the city. So y'all should, I mean, of course, the Masters. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I used to
My
work
mom,
there, by the way.
my mom's people from Atlanta. So
That's
like
awesome.
I go whenever I go to Atlanta though, or like Georgia, I go to College Park.
Oh yeah. Oh, you out there? You out there in the hood?
But I had this conversation with somebody from New York, so I'm interested to know. And I plan on making a video about this. But
Mhm.
what are 3 Jordan silhouettes that you feel like the Jordan brand has just forgot about that needs to come back?
15. I don't know what y'all thinking about the 15. I know some people it's it's hit or miss. 15 for sure for me is crazy. We've been seeing the retros of the 1s through 14s kind of come back in, the 8s and 7s, 6s. I get it. So on that note, the 15 for me, I need that 16 and I need that 17. I don't know what happened to those 3. But that ginger right there, oh my gosh, that ginger 16 is insane, right? Yeah. I remember having those back in 2003, 2004. I'm in the 3rd grade, and then my sister bought me a FUBU suit that was all silver, like platinum silver, but the lettering was the color of the ginger. And they did drop those again, but we need all the other colorways. Y'all not.
Yeah.
They gave
Now
us
these
some,
actually ain't bad.
I need the black, oh man.
You talking about these joints?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, these ain't bad. I've never been like really privy to like the 17. Honestly, you might be the first person I even heard go this low with numbers. Truthfully, you might be the first person I heard mention these numbers ever. That is a very unique take. I've never heard people champion the 17, let alone the 16. I find that's a
for
very
sure.
niche. That's a very niche opinion.
That's what I'm saying. It's not for everybody, man. But
Yeah.
it's nostalgic too for me. You know what I'm saying? So seeing this, yeah, man, that's a sneaker for me. It just takes me back. That's probably what got me into sneakers. And you know what? That's not a probably. That's 100% right. That is the sneaker that got me into sneakers.
But that's like, I feel like the 17 used to come in like when a Jordan 9 would drop, a 17 would come in a pack.
It would be in the CDP. It would be in a countdown pack for sure. Man,
damn, what happened to packs?
All the colorways, man. I kind of want them to do that again too. Not trying to veer out. Give us some packs. Give us some packs.
For sure. That used to be, I mean, 2 shoes in one. Like, come on, like it's just
for $350. Now we paying that for 1. Come on, man.
Bro, it's kind of insane. So I'm not even gonna get into talking about sneaker prices. It's kind of insane, bro. See, mine was always, and I've said this multiple times, I need me a pristine pair of Jordan 14s. The last shots, I need a pristine pair. There's a lot of pairs out there. They're not in great condition, but I want a nice, crisp pair of 14 last shots, bro.
That's a beautiful shoe.
And I remember they did like the emerald green 14s, like it was like a women's drop that happened like maybe 2 years ago. But like, what are we doing? Y'all have so many silhouettes. And even like, this is obviously a more popular one, but I would have slimed somebody out for some gamma blue 11s, for some cool grays, for some bread. Like, bro, you like people were getting slimed out for those shoes.
For sure. I definitely would have.
My last one. Why did we ever stop making 7s?
Look, that is one of my favorite silhouettes of all time. I'm upset with how they've been releasing them lately because them turtle looking toe boxes, bro, they look like the shells of the Ninja Turtles on them toe boxes. They are not cut the same how they used to be. Like if this was 06 cut of a 7, I would have bought every single one that released. But the ones that they released, when they did what they did with the citrus, and I bought it, I wanted it. But when I looked at it, I was like, why is this one so bulky? Like it's supposed to be a flatter toe box. You know what I'm saying? This one looked like a steel toe boot. And I was like, I'm not rocking with this this new cut of the 7. If they can go back to OG, you know what I'm saying, cut, I think you'll start to pick back up.
The Bordeaux?
Bro, I had a 92 pair.
The Bordeaux? Man.
That's number that, and the Olympic 7 is my favorite 7 for sure.
I'm not familiar with the, hold on, I gotta look the Olympic 7 up.
Oh yeah, look at that up, man.
Familiar. I don't sound familiar. Oh yeah. Okay, I remember these. I remember these. Honestly, 12s too.
Oh,
just like The Rising Sun 12s, the Gamma 12s.
Bro, that was the Gamma 12 was crazy. That remember, it was one that was wild that people didn't like.
Raging
I
Bulls.
enjoyed. Oh my gosh. The wolf orange blaze. It was like a stealth gray.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Orange. Bro,
Yep. I know exactly.
I really liked that shoe, and I was clown for it at a time, you know. But no, 12s. All Jordan silhouettes have their moments, bro. Everybody has a gripe with some silhouette, but for me, I ain't gonna lie, I really stopped at like 22. After 22, I could care less for the Jordan brand. As far as sneakers. 22 and below, I'm straight. But even then, the 22 was more or less, I just wanted it because it was a 22. You know what I'm saying? So. Like now, anything from a 1 to a 20, I'll take. Yeah, like that one particular, the Omega. My sister was stationed in Korea and had worked at the PX, and I remember she was getting those for $22.
Oh wow!
Yeah, shipping it to us like, and that's a very niche shoe too. I hate it now that I look at it. It's more of a collectible for me. I wouldn't be able to rock it how I think I would rock it.
These look like some. I might be tripping. These low key look like the Zions. Or am I tripping?
I don't know. Let me pull up a Zion because I think you might be right. I think they took some inspiration from it.
No, they don't. Okay. I'm tripping.
Is it the Ja? Oh, who else is with Jordan? It's somebody else with Jordan. It don't matter. It could be Westbrook. Yeah. I don't know who has a shoe, but
this is gonna turn into a 30-minute segment. I like this. I'll tell you what. While we at it, bring back LeBrons. I want the big bangs again. Come on, bring them back out.
Bring back the Chinas. They had the PEs, the Bruce Lees, we called them, but they was the taxis. But I called them the Bruce Lees.
Oh, the taxis,
bro.
Oh yeah, nah. OD. You know.
OD.
Oh yeah, Hornets. These. Hold on. I gotta show it now. Yeah,
man, I got so many LeBron. Man, what the 8s, the 7s, the 8s, the 9s? Come on, man. Let's like, man. Woo!
Yeah, nah. You on to something? Boy, them
shits right there were insane. I was a senior in high school.
I'm about to show you a pair that I had in high school that I wore every single day.
I didn't care if I hooped or not, boy. Those were some shoes for you. I love that shoe.
No. Oh, here they go. Oh, here they go. Hold on. There we go. Hold on. Yeah, these right here. I wore these faithfully. These faithfly.
And then so fire, bro.
What I did was, look, I'm gonna tell you how cold I was with it. I had a rosary that had circle beads, and I used to feed the beads into the sneakers so like it looked like it had crystals on it, going crazy.
Wow, that's innovation, man. Nobody was doing anything like that. I wouldn't even thought of doing something like that. Wow.
And rosaries is big though, like
for sure.
Rocking the
rosaries.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, this has been long awaited. I rock with stuff.
I'm telling you.
Last and final thoughts. What would you give the invisible woman out of 1 out of 5?
What? Oh, 2.
Yeah,
just a 2. It really would have been a 1, but the fact they're going and pay homage, I give it a 2.
Now, what they should have did, what could have made this like, okay, let's say they didn't want to go the old route with how the other shoe was structured. Perfectly fine with that. What they could have did, like we mentioned earlier, they could have made this a pack. Make this the Fantastic Four pack.
Wow.
So give a special box, and like I would be cool with it.
Yeah.
I would be, because
then it could be collectible. It's a collectible at that point now.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Like even throw an invisible woman right here. Like throw it, like you feel me? It's like a floating suit.
A silhouette, her moving something. Something.
It's almost like what Bape used to do. Like what Bape used to like make their special boxes and like make a box that they have like the Incredible Hulks, the Flash, and like
the action figure toy boxes they had them in.
It makes it so worth just keeping it. Like you don't ever want to put it on just because of like the presentation with it.
For sure.
Like it's just, I don't know. Yeah, I get this a 2 for sure.
It is.
But if this is gonna play on them coming back to revisiting this, I do like the idea of it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, for sure.
Just wear socks. You can't have it fogging up. You look crazy. But
showcase your sock collection. I know a lot of people that got some fire socks, man.
Facts. I used to steal out the mall until I got caught. and I was only selling socks.
That's bad.
But let's go ahead and jump into this next article.
Yes, sir.
All right, so this article title reads, T11 debuts 3D printed sneaker inspired by ancestral roots. Have you ever, before we even talk about, what these look like, have you ever owned a pair of 3D shoes?
I never owned a pair of 3D shoes. Now I've had car parts that were 3D printed that lasted a while, but I've never put on a shoe that was 3D printed at all.
So I've had a like real experience with 3D printed shoes, and hold on, I'm gonna pull them up right here. So I've had these from House Air, and there's my video.
Okay. Oh, that's that is a fire.
But I got these shoes because they're 3D printed. 3D printing is becoming a very big topic with footwear because a lot of people are testing it out. Even like Nike, Adidas, like with some of their slides, I think they were 3D printed. It's becoming a big conversation. I personally don't like it because you're still charging the same price for these shoes. And I don't think 3D printing is at the point to make a comfortable shoe. The shoes I had were not comfortable, and that I paid like $250 for those for 3D printed shoes. And they were not comfortable. So it's like people are starting to do this because like one, like in the article it mentioned like, oh, they make these shoes from recycled material, which that's always great, limiting the waste. But like my thing is you have to make it comfortable.
For sure.
You simply just have to make it comfortable. You can't charge what you'll regularly charge for a shoe that's 3D printed if it's not going to be comfortable. That's my whole thing. But it is becoming way bigger.
Yeah, I'm baffled that they charge $250 for that shoe.
I mean,
not this in particular, but the house.
Yeah, they got the name, so it's like most of the time you buying into the name, not really like the aspect of what's like. Okay, so this is obviously another aside. What is the absolute limit that you will cap out when it comes to buying a shoe?
Ooh, all right, see. Oh man, I say it all depends, but once I start to see anything over 6 or 7, it literally has to be it has to have everything. You know what I'm saying? It has to have the box, the laces. I actually have to be able to wear it for a while as well if it's gonna have that price tag of that nature. So I say 600-700, but I've made dumb purchases, man, where I've spent $780 on a sneaker, bro. On a not no new release. I'm talking about on a 2003. Yeah, where I didn't know if I'm gonna be able to wear. I don't even know if it's gonna crumble on me on the way here. But luckily it was a Dunk. And they don't crumble. Now they will separate things of that nature, but they don't crumble. But yeah, I paid a pretty penny for a Hawk, SB.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm not mad at it.
Now,
so you said 7 to 8 though. That's the cap.
That's the cap for sure. Yeah. Like I can't. 3 kids, man. I can't. I'll be pissed if I do that.
See, I'm in a different boat because definitely no kids, live by myself. So like I'm like, okay, so if I eat top ramen from this day to this day, and then I make sure I got enough money to get gas in my car, I'm okay. So I'm breaking it down. I'm like, okay, so I think for me, in my mind, where it's like a limit, I've never paid this amount. Let me just put that out there. I've never paid this amount. But once it starts getting into what I'm paying for rent, that's where it's like, yeah, buddy, you need to slow down. I don't know why you're even thinking about this. Slow down. You're doing too much. But once it get into like rent payment, yeah, that's too much for a pair of shoes. And I don't care what level of success I acquire. It's no reason to spend that much.
I think I agree with you. I agree with you 100% wholeheartedly, man. And see, you got to break it down for you one time. I got to do that 5. So I got to fit. I ain't gonna lie. When I spend $250 on the shoe, I'm like, oh, what did I just do? Buyer's remorse instantly.
They're like, we get McDonald's. You're like, man, I just bought these.
Like we actually, hold on, we got food at the house.
Yeah. No, that's. Yeah, no, I'm not there. I can't even. I commend you for real. So back to these. This will probably be a conversation. I like that there's tech being introduced to shoes, like merging those two worlds. But again, just in my experience with the 3D printed shoes that I've been able to put on my feet, it just it hasn't been a good experience enough to be paying upwards to like what I pay for a good pair of leather shoes. I'm going to pick leather shoes every single time over a 3D printed shoe at the same price. That doesn't make sense to me.
All day.
I'm not mad at the silhouette though. The silhouette of it is very on trend. It kind of looks like a
runner. I can't put my name on it. It reminds me of a Rav Simmons, if that makes sense. Remember those Rav Simmons that used to look? I'm trying to remember the name, but it's like a Rav 5 or something. But it reminds me of a Rav Simmons for sure. And I like the creator. What's his name? Zaire Ramos. I like what he's doing, but like what you said, I don't have no experience with it at all. So coming from you and your background on sneakers, I would take your word for it. That means, yeah, until comfortability is introduced into that sneaker with, the 3D printing and all, I wouldn't even, I'm definitely not spending. I won't spend $100.
Yeah, it's, it may be like they need, like, I don't know what this shoe looks like on the inside. So maybe they introduced an insole into the shoe. The shoe that I bought had no insole. It was just full 3D printed completely.
Oh, no.
So like maybe that's why I'm so jaded when it comes to it. And like honestly, I wouldn't have felt bad had I paid like $80 for it.
Yeah, there we go.
It's like okay, like 80, like that's whatever. But like $250, you better, bro. Come on, bro. Like like let's stop playing around.
But y'all better be able to jump 2-3 feet higher than normal.
Yeah, and I can't really. This picture looks like there isn't. Like it looks like it's all 3D printed.
Yeah, because I don't see no tongue almost. Am I tripping?
Yeah, I think it's just without laces right here because these have laces.
Okay,
but these two don't. So I'm not mad at it, but I would need to see. I think with anything 3D printed, I need to see it in person. I'm not gonna just blind buy online and get these. No. So I'm interested to see where it goes though, because I mean, obviously, you break into creating a new type of shoe. You create it's pretty much limitless what you could do with a shoe, because I've seen some 3D printed shoes that look crazy, like spikes, and you wouldn't be able to do that with leather. So like it's like okay, like a little bit more creativity, freedom to like do and push the boundaries, but it's just not there yet to where it makes sense to pay price points that people are charging.
I agree. Definitely without not being able to try it on that. Yeah, that's gonna I need to test fit first.
Plus side, limiting waste, we're always for that. Stop
for sure. It's like Tom's though, but Tom's was selling their shoes for $40.
Oh yeah, they was.
And it saved, they did something where they gave a child $1 or whatever. Yeah.
It was like, I think their program was like every shoe that you buy, we send someone like a pair to somebody in the country that needs it.
Yeah. And I can get behind that for sure.
Yeah, but I'm also like, okay, so like, how true was that? Was every kid actually getting it? Like, I don't know, man. I may have to do a little bit more research.
I do too, because you're right about that. Let's circle back to that. Later on.
And people was rocking Toms though. I knew.
I was on
homies. They was rocking like streetwear fits with Toms. Like it was actually people were rocking them. I've never had a pair, but I've seen people in real life wear those.
Always rock them burlap pair. If I can get my hands on a burlap pair, I always bought a burlap pair. Always, every single time. Whatever, streetwear, church wear, whatever. It was something it was very versatile at the time.
Yeah, for surely. Because you could have multiple colors and like they weren't expensive, so like you could get multiple at a time. But yeah, I would just have to see these in person. This is but it is just like a very trending topic because a lot of companies, whether it be from the biggest company in the world to the smallest, I feel like people are trying to dip their toe into 3D printed shoes. It's like a feeler, like it looks like a shoe.
It does. It looks like something we've seen before. The way she has this right here, this image is fire. I'm not gonna lie. I can.
Yeah.
It makes me want. I'm interested. It draws me. You know what I'm saying? But then I see that.
It looks like a Nocta too. Like it looks like a bunch of shoes. It looks like a bunch of shoes. But let's get into that next article.
Yes, sir.
All right, so this article title reads Nike settles legal battle with the shoe search. Oh yeah, you guys see what it says. Forget it. So basically, from what I gathered from this article and another article I've seen, and this was just like a very trending thing. Like especially during the pandemic, I can't even name on my hand anymore how many brands made a rendition of the Jordan 1, made a rendition of the Dunk, made a rendition of the Air Force. Like, I just seen so many people come out, and like, I'm trying to, like, I had a few pinned up here, like the Ores from New York, like he switched the swoosh for the Statue of Liberty. And then also we got obviously one of the biggest of them all, Warren Lotus.
Yep.
Like, we had him, then we had Black Creator.
Yep.
Obviously had him, and then like the list can really go on and on. And like, of course, we have the shoe surgeon. That's a tongue twister, bro. I'm gonna just say surgeon. So basically, you know, Nike just went on a whole, you know, trying to gain back their intellectual property from a lot of people, not just him, but a lot of people were using, like, you know, their likeness, their trademarks and all that, and making a lot of money from it. And it said in the article that, you know, they even tried to work with him to even like mitigate this, and, you know, before it even got to this point, but like he'll take the shoes down, and then once he feel like he in the clear, he'll re-upload them to the site. And they don't mention how much they actually end up settling in court, but the initial document said they wanted 60 million because that's what they estimated that he made from like his classes, his sales, and everything in regards to it. So I'm just curious, because I'm sure just like me being into sneakers, you are too, and like seeing all these other people pop up making their own rendition. Like, what are your thoughts on it?
On people making their own renditions?
Yeah, of like, you know, basically like, because it's like, I get people are making their own spin to it. They're adding different materials and like, you know, doing something different. But like, it is basically just taking a whole company's image and then remastering it. You know, some could say making it better. Some could say whatever. But like, it is just like copy, paste, take.
Literally. And my thing is, when people, let's say you had something of your own and the person like the shoe surgeon comes in, does the exact same thing he did to Nike, you'd be pissed, you know, straight up. Especially if you say, oh, he made how much? Whoa, all right, well, where's my cut? At least, you know, I need something. I need my ROI on ideas. You know, that's how you would think. My opinion, I don't like it. That shows you have no creativity of your own whatsoever. And you're literally, like you said, you're copying and pasting. If that's the case, I'm an artist, because I can go to this computer screen and trace this right now and I can draw. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. Taking ideas from people and using those ideas in your own, I guess, project, that's a different story. But literally, like you said, copy and pasting, and literally, oh, well, now instead of the check, I got a Statue of Liberty. I still see the check in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's how if I can't wear it, I don't like it. And I could not see myself wearing. The shoe surgeon was a little different, because he was using real, you know, material. Sometimes he'll deconstruct a certain shoe and then stitch it together. So that was a little different. But from like the Warren Lotuses and the Cool Kais, and there's another guy that had one that had like the Nintendo Duck Hunt sneaker. It was a Jordan 1 silhouette, but the check was like the Duck Hunt. Yeah, and he had it called the Duck Hunts and stuff. And that was a cool concept, but literally it was still copy and paste. I want to see you come up with your own silhouette. Take those same ideas and revamp them into your own. That would make me more, I guess, intrigued. But seeing just you with Jason mask check, and you still got the pigeon. Well, I really want those pigeon dunks, and what you have is not it, you know. And the people that went through hoops and hoops of some people, I definitely got slimed out. I know for a fact in New York when those dropped. Like, if you go back and look at the story of that and when the release happened, oh man, it was insane. It was insane. And Staples, man, he's a pioneer in it. So like, do what he did. You know what I'm saying? Create your own, and if they coming to you to help mitigate, and even offer, they probably was offering him a job too. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, why don't you do this for us? Because there's a guy that, you know, I think is a creative director or something like that for Nike, because he was making customs, not stealing shoes, just changing stuff up. I forgot his name, but if they're coming to you and asking you, you know, like, let's partner with Nike, because you're gonna lose.
Yeah, they got deep pockets.
They got deep pockets.
You're
You're
gonna
gonna lose. And then they're gonna take your ideas from you and use it now because they can.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's yeah, those are for non-creative people. People who steal those silhouettes are just they're in it for a check. I don't think they have a true passion. Like, where is Warren Lotus right now?
I think. Well, I'm not gonna say that I'm not certain of, but I think he is still on that path of like making stuff. But I will say though,
He was on fire.
I will say that Ore dude, that Ray, I forget his name, his handle, but that dude that did the shoe with the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
he like, I guess he got on it early and pivoted away from that, but like he has his own like boots, loafers, like he's actually doing it the smart way. So like
that's the right way.
Like he pivoted to making things his own way versus like staying on like that Statue of Liberty, Jordan 1 silhouette. So like that's maybe one of the only people that I follow that I can say like they saw what happened to like Warren Lotus, to him, and a few other people. He was like, oh, yeah, nah, I need to.
Yeah, let me get my
60
own
M's. Hey, I know when 60 cents is gone. 60
That's
M's?
60 M's. Oh yeah, you're gone.
No,
I need it all back. I need something, you know. And then along with Shoe Surgeon right now, I'm not going to, like when you brought it up at the beginning of talking about the article, you said that he would do things like take the shoe down, and when he thinks he's in the clear, picking it back up. This kind of veers off from his legal battle with Nike, but he's going through it right now. You know, Urban Necessities and JC are having this little back and forth right now on the internet, Instagram, and he's I think a big investor in Urban Necessities, but JC, he ain't been a part of, he said, Urban Necessities for the last 2-3 years, and then they fired him in like 2024. And I just remember 2J Kicks. That was your stuff. That was yours. So you know what happened. So there's a lot of stuff going on with him. I don't know how good of a person this guy is at all. But I know JC or 2J Kicks, you know, a lot of people know him as. I wholeheartedly, not wholeheartedly, but I've had deep conversations with him because he's messaged me before on Instagram and was telling me, you know, keep going, this, that, and the third. If I had a question for him, he'll answer. And you know, a lot of people are agreeing with JC on you know, backing him, saying that this guy is actually not who he says he is. So
well, it's interesting because you bring that up, but also he also just got sued from Goyard as well for stealing their intellectual property. So it's, I mean, you know,
hey,
if it's back like a duck and I'm not, again, I don't know this, I don't know him from like anything, but
at all.
Your track record so far from what I'm, you know, being introduced to, you're getting sued from Goyard, you're getting sued by Nike, and then they're talking about
stole millions of dollars from 2Js and Urban Necessities, and like, yeah, bro,
it's not a good track record to be leaving right now.
Not at all. So he got this little, you know, this legal matter, I guess, is squared away, so they say, but he's got a lot more. So he's not in the clear at all.
What made it interesting is because like I was reading the statement that Nike made. They were like, you know, it wasn't the simple fact that he was like just taking our shoes and reimagining them. He was like mass producing basically our shoes. Like, yeah, they were cool with you doing like, you know, remastering shoes, selling them maybe, but like when you were teaching people how to make their own Nikes and you're mass producing your own shoes basically in the shape and silhouette of a Jordan, I mean not a Jordan, but like Jordan 1 or Air Force, like now you're just, I mean you're stealing. Like that's basically
literally you're straight stealing. There's no you're not sugarcoating that.
It's like it's literally you're stealing. And that's like not a great relationship to like really, I mean, although Nike has lost some of that like power when it comes to like sneakers, because you got Asics blowing up, you got New Balances blowing up. Yep. Basically every company's like eating right now. So, you know, Nike had the market share for a long time, but a lot of companies are getting that, you know, they're getting eyes on them. You still don't want to lose a connection with a Nike. Like I just
not at all.
You don't want to do
not
that.
At all. Nike is still Nike. You get what I'm saying? Like it is what it is, because Nike has so many umbrellas that people, I guess, fail to realize too. Like you have Nike and then you have all these other umbrellas. Like we don't know how many strings Nike is pulling behind these brands. So yeah, you'd never want to burn that bridge. And if you do, you better have, you know, a lot of gear to help you repair that thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
So
now they're done.
This brings up another conversation that I just made a YouTube video on, is how do you feel about fakes and reps when it comes to sneakers? What are your thoughts? Would you rock a pair of fakes if they were, because I'll be real, I watched the video and they were like, you know, it was a dude who works in a sneaker culture. I mean, sneaker, like he works for a sneaker company. He was like, you know, these fakes are getting real, bro. Like, you know, it came down to a sniff test. And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, if at the point that the only difference between a real pair of shoes and a fake pair of shoes is you got to smell them, at that point, they're real sneakers. They're not fakes. Like, I'm sorry, like those are real sneakers. I'm not saying I'm buying fakes. I'm just saying, like, if it comes down to a smell test, they're real sneakers. They're real. They're real.
I agree with you on that, man. It's one of like, am I going to DH Gate and trying to buy these sneakers? No, I'm not. And there's some people that are. I'm not knocking you. But like I said, I like the history behind sneakers. So if I know that this is not the real historical sneaker, if that makes sense, I don't want it. But what makes a shoe fake? The materials used are the same materials, I guess, because it's not from the same factory or warehouse from this brand. It's fake, but in technicality, the shoe is a shoe. And if I gotta smell it to be like, yeah, that one's fake. Yeah, that one's real. Yeah, I'll probably be rocking fakes all the time because I'm not even gonna sniff it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna put it on. If it looks the same, you know, I'm gonna grab it. At that point, you gotta applaud the manufacturer.
Yeah,
like they did a hell of a job of making grade A reps. And like for me, I'm not going out buying reps. It's the same thing as me going out and buying fake vintage shirts or vintage tees. You know, I'm a big fan of that. So if I go and buy a reprint, I need to be well aware that it is a reprint. And I'm not going to be paying you the 120 or 150 price tag for a shirt. I'll pay you your 40, 50 because of, you know, it's just a reprint. But with those sneakers, man, like it's bad because you got a lot of people that are making content about these fake sneakers who at first got a following from probably reviewing I would say real sneakers. But now it's like, I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a bad space with these reps, man. It's a bad space. I'm not a fan of it, but I'm not knocking people who go out there willingly knowing that they're buying reps because they're not finna spend $1,000 on no Gucci's. That's fine. I get what you're saying. Just don't go out there saying, yeah, don't stunt, don't flag, go out there and say, yeah, I got these from the gate. These from the gate. I got these from the gate. You know, like stand on it. And then we'll have so much more respect. The problem I think that we have is these people are buying fakes and then showcasing their social status by saying, yeah, these cost $1,000. Yeah, but yours cost 20. You know, so like, let's not do that because you got real people that's working hard, that's trying to get these brand deals, that's really working with, you know, these companies. And you're over here claiming that you got this real shoe and you don't.
Yeah,
I can't.
Also, I don't know how old you are, but like when I was growing up, I'm traumatized, bro. If you were rocking fake sneakers, you are getting flamed.
You're getting flamed
like all day. Like, bro, I can see it now. Somebody like even a roasting about is like, wait, why are you laughing? And they point at like, boom, oh shit, yeah, it's over with. You're done.
You're done. And I think I'm 2 years older than you. I'm 31.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So 2 years, a few years, whatever it may be. And I call myself OG because I'm old. I'm over 30 now. I'm you know, that's what people call me. So I think growing up, the only fakes you could rock at the time were those Dub Zeros Jordans that had SpongeBob on them. I don't know if you was around at the time, but like those were hood trophies. So if you did have a pair of the hood trophies, those are the only fakes. But don't wear that to a legit sneaker event. You know, like don't truly. That's only for the hood classics. The Dub Zero with SpongeBob on them. Folks was making 13s with SpongeBob on them. like yeah, people was rocking the fake fusions. For the hood, like these, y'all had. I was like, I don't remember those fusions coming out. They came out, you know. You got right here on the corner store. You got somebody with the fakes. I think those back then, in the hood you weren't clown, but if you was to wear that anywhere else, oh yeah, we on you. Don't wear that nowhere. Don't wear that to a concert. Don't wear that to a basketball game. Just trapping them shoes.
Yeah.
And leave it at that. Like, yeah, you were clown. I remember one time mine weren't even fake. I was in the 9th grade. I had a pair of Air Force Ones, and they had this zebra print on them. And they were like, where you get these from? And I was like, well, my sister is in New York and she got them from a store. I don't remember the store. I was into sneakers, but I didn't care for that at the time, like the store name. And they was like, oh yeah, they fake. I was like, nah, they not fake, man. This came from a real store. They're like, nah, they fake. I can't get them in the mall. They fake. So I was clown for the first couple of weeks. And then I think somebody wore them on TV. It was something going on that I wasn't even aware of. Somebody wore them, and then I started going back to school, and people were like talking about, yeah, you got cool shoe game, sneaker game. You always got new shoes, and you always doing this. I was like, hold up. A few weeks ago, a couple days ago, I was clown for wearing these type of shoes, but now that I'm wearing these foams or pennies and this, that, and the third, you're telling me that I got a crazy shoe game. I thought I wore fakes. Everybody assumed that I wore fakes. But yeah, these kids, they also knowledge, not having the knowledge.
Yeah, I was about to say they literally said that with no backing. That was fake. How you know? Yep. Just believe me, bro.
Yeah, I know they fake. Why? I can't get them in Foot Locker. What? Okay.
Dang.
Yeah, oh man, I missed growing up, bro. I miss cause sneakers were so easily accessible, bro. And now it's just not.
I don't know if you're familiar with the brand Pink Dolphin.
Oh my God, that's my what happened,
bro? I had this hat strap back. It was a white and it had a cream brim.
Ooh,
rocking it faithfully. We're talking faithfully. Pink Dolphin. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fly. I got the Pink Dolphin on.
Yeah.
Until my cousin was like, man, that should say Pink Dolphin. I said, no way. Bro, missing a whole letter, and I'm rocking it every day. I said, there's no way that does not say Pink Dolphin. It said Pink Dolphin. I said, wow. Yeah, nah, bro. And I got clown for it. That's why, like, now I can't do like fakes, just like it don't even register in my mind and be like, no. And like I like what you said though. I like what you said though, because like what quantifies fake? If it's like the same leather, same material, and it feel good and got like, you feel me? Like the Jordan symbol is actually like how is it fake?
Yeah. What makes it fake? What?
And I think it's also getting sketchy because if their fakes are getting so good, what's stopping somebody like, hypothetical, let's say a sneaker shop, they want to get a certain shoe drop. Can't get the shoe drop, but they know a factory that can produce fakes that are so good that like you can only smell them, and that's the only thing that'd be the difference. What's stopping them from simply just working with that manufacturer and trying to resell those shoes? Like,
I came across this video where, believe it or not, there might be some sneaker stores that are doing that. And most of their clientele are not opening it up and smelling it. They have that reputation. Now it's like they're taking your word for it. And I seen this documentary of this guy going over to China. And I mean, it was so many brand owners that he was just recording, like, oh, what you doing here? Oh, what you buying bags? You know what I'm saying? Buying shoes, buying watches, and then buying them for the low, you know what I'm saying? That cost, and shipping them back to the States to sell them in their stores as if they are 100% authentic. So it is scary. It's a scary, scary world. StockX is, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't order nothing on StockX, even when they asked to work with me. So I had to decline it because I was like, no, they know I like sneakers. If I post that StockX is sending me sneakers, there's a possibility that I'm getting fakes from you guys. It is, you know what I'm saying? And I've had 2 shoes that came to my house that passed the check that I go to a third-party authenticator, and they did not pass.
Dang.
And they don't want to give you your money back. When you do that and it can prove to them, they don't want to give you your money back. So I kind of just cut ties with them. I don't use them at all. I don't even like to reference anything to StockX. A lot of people do when you're selling and buying, but these companies, man, they're dirty. And once they build this name for themselves, who's gonna question? Nike could be doing it. We gonna question them?
Nah, somebody made this comment, which makes me think of what you just said. Somebody said, like, if you have that type of, like, if people know you for getting fly. So let's take, for example, somebody like who's undeniably fly.
It's a lot right now. I like this young guy, Forrest Ripperton, CJ. We know CJ 1K, but there's another guy.
Oh, okay, I got it. Let's take Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat, very big streamer, very wealthy, known for getting fly. No one would ever question whether or not his shoes are real, just because they know of his status. They're like, he's a streamer, he's very wealthy. There's no way he's wearing fake sneakers, but he very well could be wearing fake sneakers, and you wouldn't know. So, like,
we wouldn't question it.
Similar to what you said, like StockX or, like, you know, another big name when it comes to sneakers, like, they have this name, so, like, they don't even have to abide by the same rules anymore necessarily. So it's a very it's tricky.
It's tricky, man. It's almost like you can't trust anybody right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, yeah, it's tricky. It's a weird space. I'm not gonna say bad space. It's just one of those weird spaces, man. We're in a weird space right now.
Yeah, that's why, like, a lot of the shoes that I really, really are, like, I'm seeking right now, they're not new. They're like,
not at all.
They're like 2015 and back. Like, a lot of the shoes that I really want are not new. So just because, like, I do like a lot of the shoes that's coming out, but, like, I just feel like back then it was just like so much more creativity with sneakers. Like,
for sure, colorways, stories. In my opinion, yeah, for sure, hands down.
A
lot of the, like
collectibles.
You said, I'm doing the same. There we go. I'm trying to get to them old things. And one of the sneakers you brought it up to is Bape. I want to get the old Marvel collection. I don't want the new ones that they just released. I want the old one. Yeah, I know they're gonna crumble. I don't even want to take them out the box. I want to put them in my acrylic case. Like, I want to have a setup for them sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. I know this is going off, but I'm a big Dragon Ball. I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. So, like, collectibles is something that I've been doing since I was a kid, not even knowing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a snowball effect. If you can add that aspect into a sneaker for me, or even clothing, you know what I'm saying? I'm with it. I will back you 100% if feasible. So definitely I'm looking for old sneakers. I want old shoes right now. It's just what's like
a top 3 right now that you don't have that you need?
Baby Bear. It's a dunk. It's an SB dunk. I like dunks before they got into what they are now. So the Baby Bear is a low. It's an avant-garde sneaker. But I need that in my collection.
These look like the Grateful Dead joints.
That's where they probably got inspiration. I don't like the Grateful Deads. I wanted them at the time, but the quality on that shoe is not. Man, look at that. It's the 3 bear collection. So you had the Baby Bear, Mama Bear, Papa Bear. It was a low, a mid, and a high. Those aren't my top 3, but that's just part of the collection. But yeah.
Man, you have elite ball knowledge. Yeah. I'm telling you, some of the shoes that you mentioned, like, I don't hear people mention these.
Like,
so that's one.
That's one. The Baby Bear is one. Another one of mine. I know it's weird. It is a Jordan. It is the Lennon 14. Just because my sister had a pair and I could never get them. It was a women's release. That's definitely number. I would say that's probably number 2. Number 3 would be the Baby Bear. Number 2 would be the Lennon. And number 1 is it's rough. Oh man, number 1 is rough. I don't know, because it's so. Oh my god,
I spelled Lennon super wrong.
Don't matter. They already knew what you was talking about. They already knew what you was talking about. That is such a beautiful shoe. Such a beautiful shoe to me. And then number 1 is just it's weird, but I don't know if it is weird. I think it's a Terminator. It's an old Nike. I don't think it's called a Terminator. I think it's called a Delta Force Command. I don't know if it's a 1, 2, or 3, but it's a high top. It's from White Man Can't Jump. That is my number 1. I think they're Air Commands. Delta Air Commands or something like that. I might be butchering the name, but folks know what I'm talking about. White Man Can't Jump. Woody Harrelson had them on. And oh my gosh.
These joints?
Right here to the right. No, I lied. The Air Command Force right there to the left. I said right. What the hell am I talking? Second one. On the up. Yep.
Oh, these joints?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's the number one for me. Again, just history, nostalgia. I remember a picture of my dad, and he has these on. I wasn't even born yet. And I remember growing up and just seeing those around. Like my brother used to wear not that same shoe, but that style of shoe. And when he used to hoop, I just seen it. So for me, that's more a nostalgic reason. And I don't think nobody's gonna wear that shoe like how I would want it to be worn, because you can do it so many different ways.
That's
in
like
my opinion.
OG. That's an
OG. Yeah. Like, I mean, of course you got the Air Max ones and stuff like that. They take you to the 80s, but like OG basketball, that when are they gonna retro that? You know what I'm saying? Like, we need a retro of that. I think they did in it's either between 2013, 2016. I think they retroed, and I might be wrong. They probably never ever retroed them. But that's the one that I need in a collection. But definitely Baby Bear, the Linen 14, and that one. And it's a lot more. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
those are the top three that I've. Like, if I had to buy shoes tomorrow, those would be the top three that I'm trying to search. But the Baby Bear, yeah, you see that price. I'm not paying that price for no Baby Bear.
I think the only person that I could see rocking those White Man Can't Jump shoes, my homie Junebug. I think
I love him, bro.
I think he actually has a pair of those shoes. So like it's a very niche, because like that's his style. He like that real vintage 90s look, even with his clothes. Like he very much so loves that era of like sneakers and fashion.
I think that's my favorite. Hands down. It is my favorite. Look at what I'm wearing. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, like Junebug Elite, bro. I love that guy. He was he's a nice dude. Like, I don't know him personally, but he messaged me before. I was like, bro, I like your fit. And then we kind of like just messaged, not for a long time, but just his willingness to even comment back or just talk to me the way he talks to me. And I just like his content too, but he be fly. And it ain't just with the clothing. It's with accessories. It's with boom boxes. I'm seeing his collection of just 90s memorabilia in general is probably crazy. I would love to meet him, dog, and just pick his brain.
Yeah, he dope as hell.
Yeah, but yeah,
I need the Quagmire dunks. Quagmire.
Hey man, I already know it's a high
dunks.
Yes, sir.
These
beautiful shoe,
bro. I don't think people like this is like
top. I think they were SBs too, if I'm not mistaken. I think they were
priority. Like, these joints are just, and this is what I mean. Like, this is like a cult classic type shoe. Like, this is not widely, like, people aren't just seeking these. Like, this is like a very niche, but like making shoes to like tie in with like maybe cartoons or like even like something that was happening in that time. Like, that's what made sneakers so, it made it dope. And like, these are just crazy, bro.
That was a beautiful shoe. Like, and you brought those up. I had a pair. I shouldn't have got rid of them, but they were too small. And I'm gonna find another pair. Like, all of those classics, bro. The gold box, silver box, pink box, dunk era, even blue box, OG blue box, I can rock with. But those right there, those Quagmires I'm gonna let you finish your list, because you just got me excited about dunks. I gotta show you what dunks after this.
That's like, I need those yesterday, bro.
For sure.
And honestly, most of like, I have like, obviously, like, I want, like, when Kanye West was with Nike, I kind of just want those just for the sake of just wanting them. But like, those are unrealistic. That's like unrealistic. To get a pair, pristine pair, and for the price point you want, it's not happening, bro. But most of the shoes I want, like right now, are like mostly done. So like, I want the De La Soul joints.
Oh,
the low top ones. I want the low top joints. I want the Quagmires, and I want the MF Doom joints.
That is damn. You just put that's why I'm saying the number one so hard, man. That MF Doom dunk is definitely ridiculous on my list, man. And it's out of range right now.
Yeah, no,
it might be for my life.
So, very out of range, bro. It's absurd. Honestly, even just like the like you mentioned earlier, the staple ones.
Yeah.
Those like 10 bands, bro.
Yeah, man. Even the purple pigeons are, I think you can get the purple pigeons used for like $600-700. And I'm like, damn, that is a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And that's no box. Like if I want, I need the OG all, and trying to find it is
Yeah.
rough. Damn, you got me, man. I got some dunks in the closet right now that I wanted to show you that I need the pack too. I'll do it after this. Let
Yeah,
them,
for
they
sure.
don't need to see what I got.
Yeah. And honestly, I wasn't too much of a fan of it, but like they definitely kind of grown on me. Like the lobsters pack is kind of like they're growing on me. I just want one. I don't know which one, maybe the orange, maybe the purple, like, but they low-key did grow on me.
For sure. I want the friends and family. If I could ever get my hands, I think it's called the yellow lobster.
Okay.
That is the am I gonna get it? No. But if I could get one out of the pack, it would probably be it honestly probably be that green. I
Okay.
like the green for whatever reason. I love the orange too, but they don't make them how they like the OGs ones, man. That the purple was fire, but I like that green, but that like friends and family, I think it's called the yellow lobster. That one is
Yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah. Now I'll rock with this conversation because
For
we didn't
sure.
went on the tangent's been better than the articles. But I mean, we've already concluded the articles,
For
but
sure. Now we just getting out.
I definitely now want to get into talking about, because although we do follow each other, I've never met you in person. I think this is probably the most we've talked
For sure.
completely. So like, I do just want to know, like, what got you to posting content? Have you been doing it, or was it right at the pandemic when you started? Like, kind of just walk us through that for people who don't know or who don't follow you.
So I've actually been posting. When my son was born in 2014, my first son was born in 2014. I had a page that amassed, I think, in about 3 weeks, just based off my son, because he had these bright blue eyes and he was like this star. People was taking and stealing his images and saying that this is his
Dang.
child, but they were getting millions of likes on these Swedish pages and Italian pages. I'm like, who are these people? So I finally started like locking in on it. And my son was the star. So I was like, I'll post pictures of my son, but y'all are gonna, this is my son. Y'all not gonna say this is y'all son. Y'all not gonna say this is y'all image. Give me my credit where credit's due. At least it is my image. So I can at least get notoriety. And I started getting noticed out of nowhere. And brands started hitting them up to model and do all of these things. And I got to about 20,000 followers in like 3 weeks on that page. And I was at like 1,000. And I was like, whoa, I could do something with this. Well, personal issues, reasons happen. That page actually got deleted. I deactivated it and I didn't get on Instagram for about 2 years. And when I didn't get on Instagram for about 2 years, I go and try to get back on that page. That page was gone. They deleted the page because it was inactive. And so that hurt me. That stopped me. I was like, all right, well, I'm in the cars. I've always wanted to do a car YouTube. I'm gonna try it on Instagram. I'm just not that good with YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And then having a kid, it was just hard for me to balance my personal life and with things like that. And also I just wasn't at the time of sacrificing. So back in 2016, I started posting like more car stuff. I bought a car in 2017. It started doing good. 2018, I bought another car, started doing good. Then I started building the first car that I got, which was a Mazda Speed 3. And then the car blew up. So I was like, yeah, I was racing. I was beating it on, man. I was having fun in that
Okay.
car. Yeah, I was
There
beating
you
on it, boy. It
go.
was pretty fun. So I was like, I don't want to do this. It's cool. And my wife was like, maybe you should start posting your outfits again. And I'm like, I don't really, nobody's gonna bite on that. And she's like, just see how it works. And so I started posting like old fits, things that I wasn't doing now, things that were in trend at the time. And at the time the plums came out, the plum dunks came out 2020. This was right after COVID time.
Oh,
Yep.
I know so about, yep.
Yep. They had that whole pack. They dropped the ugly duckling pack, but the plums were the first to drop. I was actually in court. I'm sitting in court. I I tried to hit on sneakers. I ended up hitting on sneakers and I yelled in court, yes, to somebody getting sentenced to something. And I was like, my bad. Ended up having to pay that ticket after leaving court or whatever. But I hit that sneaker and I was like, you know what? Let me post something with this. And when I did that, it kind of got traction. Maybe I had like 60 likes. And at the time, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, 60 likes. If 60 people came up to me and said, hey, I like your fit, I'd be overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? So it felt like a lot to me. And I was like, you know what? Let me just keep doing this. I do like getting fly. And And it's one of these people, if people saying, hey, I like your outfit, can you help me? I wanted it to be a thing where I can help people, you know what I'm saying? Just get out their comfort zone while it was also helping me get out my comfort zone. And so I just stayed consistent, just kept posting. And then I realized, I was like, let me follow these trends, get me seen. That's how the algorithm was working at the time. Let me follow these trends. All right, I'm gonna break off from this trend on this one post and see how it does. How's the engagement here? And I think once I started, doing that and getting into myself, like color coordinating my hats with my shirts, with my shorts, with the shoes, with the socks, like I was, but it wasn't like matchy. It was just like the shirt has to match the socks, the shoes have to match the shirt, the hat has to incorporate all these colors and go from there. And I just kept doing that, and it's just a snowball effect. And I realized, like, people like what I'm putting on. I don't have to be like this person or this person, even though I want, I want to, what I'm saying, do what they're doing and things of that nature. And when I realized, like, what, let me just do me. Where would I like, what I'm saying? I ain't got to follow the trend. And it just started to, go from there. And then I got a job at Augusta National working, at the golf course. And it was such a strenuous job, my consistency fell off. And I started seeing, a loss of numbers. I was at like 22,000 on this newer page. And I think I lost like over 5,000-6,000. And I know why. It's all because of consistency. And I think that is the number one thing for me, is just consistency. And having that knowledge now, I'm trying to get back into it. But at the same time, I'm trying to find exactly what I want to do. I want to be more beneficial. Kind of like how this is now, having these cloth talks, it makes you feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like getting out there and expressing yourself and seeing the same hobbies that you have. And I don't know, it's just something about companionship outside from my family it's a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? To be able to express yourself without having any lash. So I stopped, consistency, and now I'm trying to get there, but I want to be more beneficial with what I'm trying to put out. So I'm still kind of on the fence of just posting these outfits just because I want to do more for my followers. But it started really with my son. My son is what kind of started, like, dang, I could see something. I see something good with this social media. And I feel like if I wouldn't have stopped or derailed, it'd be different. But at the same time, things happen.
Yeah, sometimes
it's the reason why.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes people feel like they have to consistently, like, you don't have to, like, social media is going to be there. And even when like you up, you still see fluctuations with numbers. So like I feel like people always they get trapped in this, like, and if I don't keep posting every single day and I don't post twice a day, it's like that'll work you like
mad.
When I started, I was just like, I just want to have fun with it. That's always been like, as long as I'm just having fun with it. Yeah, people have built careers off this. People have, become sole entrepreneurs based off this. But it's like, I don't ever want to just lose fun with doing it. And I feel like I agree with you, because I stopped posting. I didn't post. I maybe made 20 posts all 2024, or maybe 2023. One of those years. I mean, I lost like 4,000 to 5,000 followers just because of that. I'm just like, what can you do, bro? I'm not about to do every trend. I'm not about to buy shit that I don't care about. Nope. Like, it is what it is. Yep. And I just started focusing more on YouTube. So like, although I did stop the consistency with Instagram, I didn't miss a single week posting all of 2023. I was posting every single week. So it's like, it's also just learning, like, it's not just one app. Like, if you're not booming on Instagram, like,
there's other ways. And if that's what you want to do, there's other avenues for it. Yeah. For sure. And I'm seeing it now with Twitch, with even Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, all of these things.
Snapchat, I heard, is a fool.
Bro. Dog.
I heard Snapchat is a fool.
If I ain't have no wife and kids, I would be on Snapchat going crazy. I promise you, I'd be going crazy on Snapchat. I just know it. I'd probably be a streamer if I ain't have no wife and kids right now. All off Snapchat though. Yeah. Because I was on Snapchat before it really started.
I was heavy on it too.
Bro,
I remember when heavy. Bro, first of all, this may date me. I'm 28. But I remember when they start implementing the little like the dog thing and like, bro, I remember the day that dropped.
I got a couple of videos on where I'm just making faces. I had one where you transformed into Gary on that shit, bro. And I'm just making SpongeBob references and just being like, I knew if I would have posted that type of stuff even then, I think it'd be different. But things happen, bro. I just don't. And now I can see it for what it is. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. There's way more opportunities that are gonna come out. You know what
And
I'm
I feel like
saying?
it's like, you know, I feel like people think sometimes like, you know, again, representing Kasana, he has a big following, but people then think like, you know, nobody else can eat just because like they have this person who is so big taking up some of the market share. But like there's each individual thing that people want to talk about. There's a niche market for you. Some people don't care to watch some of these bigger streamers. Some people don't care to watch some of these big YouTubers. They want the real like the knit grit. Because I find myself some days like watching hoof cleaning videos. When the fuck am I ever going to clean a hoof?
Bro,
I'm locked in though.
You just said something right there. I'm locked in. Hey, the hoof GP. I don't know where you at, the Scotland or wherever you from, bro. You be cleaning them abscess of them hooves, bro. I'd be like, bro, that's so fascinating. And then you can
I'll be locked in. I'm like, I need to be going to sleep, bro. Why am I still watching the hoof?
2 hours of just looking at hoof, bro. Yeah, man.
So that was, but
same, bro. Like I do, yeah, dog. That hoof cleaning GP, bro. I know their YouTube name, bro. I'll find myself going to his channel just to see if you got new videos to see. Oh, I ain't seen this one. Yep, let's go ahead and go down this rabbit hole. So,
and I think that's the perfect segue into the next question because, like, you know, I do want to know, like, since getting into it, because you said first with like your son, and then I also, you have a YouTube channel. Yeah, and you go back to some of your earlier ones. You know, it's definitely not talking about sneakers or fashion. So, like, I do want to know, like, what have been like, let's say, maybe 2 pros and like 2 cons to like just being in this space of creating content, being in the space of like, you know, across all platforms.
For sure. First, hands down, is when I finally started to see those campaign checks. Hands down. I know we say it's not about the money or anything, but when you do something you love and you're getting, you know, paid for it or some type of benefit from it, that's no better feeling in my opinion. So when I started getting those campaign checks, man, I was like, whoa, okay, I could really do it. This is fun, man. Oh snap, this is amazing. And then free merch, man, you can't beat it, especially if it's coming from a brand that you've been wanting, you know what I'm saying, to collab with or partner with or work with, or even just, you know, buy things from, and now you're getting free merch, man. Come on, man, you can't beat it. So those would be like the 2 top cons for me. Pros for me would be you're getting paid for something that you truly have passion for. And not only are you getting paid for it, you're getting free merch now for what you want. Like those are, I guess, the 2 highest pros for me. I lied. I take the second one back. Meeting people, bro. And like having this conversation with you right now is better, I think, than that free merch. I'm not gonna lie to you, because some of that merch is pure garbage. So, and then this is gonna go into one of the cons. These brands that they expect so much from you, not the big ones. I'm talking about these no-name brands. Or I'm not gonna say no-name brands. I'm so sorry. Smaller brands. These smaller brands that don't have a reputation, that doesn't have any type of marketing scheme, are now expecting you to bend over backwards and get this posted in 2 days when I just received this item a day ago with no payment. No, man, you're gonna be on the back burner. I have paid for like partnerships and campaigns that I got to do. You're on the bottom end. And then on top of that, just like you said, the fluctuation of numbers. You're on this high and this consistent high where I'm 11,000, 4,000, 6,000 likes or whatever. And then you see it diminish and it goes to 700 likes or 200 likes or 100 likes. It kind of, it was a punch in the stomach for me, because I'm like, oh man, I'm on this. What's happening? Why am I, you know? And it took a toll on me. But at the same time, I realized that I stopped being as consistent. And that's when I realized consistency is it. People want to continuously see you do that, but you got to also realize like you can't. So don't beat yourself up, I guess, trying to keep up with the Joneses, you know what I'm saying, as far as in this space. And like you said, you touched on it, like us trying to constantly keep up with this trend or do this. I need this sneaker. They know me for getting sneakers every week. I need a new sneaker. It takes your toll. It takes a toll on you. And then having the family, and then your family going through what they're going through behind the scenes that nobody knows. It's like it was a facade I was putting on. I was tired of putting on a facade of you seeing me with these sneakers and doing unboxings. Yes, I'm happy, but you know, and I'm having panic attacks. You know, my
Yeah.
anxiety's all over the roof. I'm depressed. I'm wanting to not wake up these couple of days, but I wake up, put this picture on, and I'm smiling and doing this or doing that, and it's not. Putting on a facade is the second con.
Yeah.
Trying to keep up with the next one. You know what I'm saying? It's not it.
Nah, it's kind of it's wild because like even like you and I both kind of just did like a little mini thing. Is just like kind of opening up to the door like the things that we've been going through, but it's like we are entertainers because like literally when I'm sometimes like I don't want to make a YouTube video. Like some days like most times I record, I genuinely want to record, but like there have been some videos I posted where like I was like, all right, cool, let's get. It's like literally, bro. Like it's like it is a facade because like bills piling up or
sure.
family issues going on or shit. I have been in situations, especially when I first moved to Texas. I'm like, I got $2 in my account, gang.
Yeah,
I don't get paid till next week.
Ooh, I gotta stretch this out.
Hey, that's when that story sale happened. Hey, hey, listen, I got some things I'm gonna sell on my story. Y'all let me know what y'all. I'm shipping. I need it today, bro. Like
bags.
Definitely
People don't see it.
I've definitely been in situations where it's like I gotta figure shit out, but like online, I'm posted up against the wall, like I'm playing it cool. Like I feel you, bro. I feel you wholeheartedly on that. Like it's people, and I feel like honestly, it kind of just makes it fun again for me because it's like I feel like what you said earlier is like it's like I'm trying to get y'all more information and get y'all what's the word? I'm trying to add more value to what you do versus just sneakers. Cause like sneakers are cool, love sneakers, I love fashion, but it's like people are so much more than just sneakers and fashion. People be going through real shit.
For sure.
Some people only got dads at home. That's real. That's real life shit.
That's real life. Some ain't got both.
It's bro, that's what I'm saying. Like it's so much more than just sneakers and fashion. And it's like I feel like it'd be doing myself a disservice to only talk about that. Cause like that's like 10% of my life.
For sure.
Maybe even 5.
I was about to say that might be 5 because that's where we get to, I guess, experience dopamine when we are in the sneakers and the fashion. The rest of the 95% is damn, I got bills. Damn, this car note paid. Damn, this food, kids. Damn, I gotta get a trust fund. I gotta do this for man. It's so much on my mind. I get sick. Yeah. And
it sucks being a creator because like even when I go to sleep, I'm like, damn, I should have did this idea. All right, let me write this down. Like my notes app in my phone, I'm like, let me just type this on. Like I can never turn it off.
Yep.
Like it's like I'm thinking about like what's the next YouTube video, what's the next fit I'm put together, what's the next maybe I should get this person on KLOTH Talk. Like it's always going, bro.
Yep. And it's like we can't slow down even when we feel the way we feel, but from the outside world, they can. You know what I'm saying? Even though we want to, like you said, we are entertainers at the end of the day, however you want to put it. And like you said, we want to bring value to people's lives as well. So that is why I think our brands are constantly just churning, man, because it's like what are we gonna do? What's the next hit? Exactly what you said verbatim, bro. It's it takes a toll that people don't get to see as much, and I kind of want them to see it. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. So that way that people are feeling the same, they can I guess I don't know, help them start to deal with it in their own way. Exactly. I want to be able to be an example to be like, bro, you could do it, bro. But you have to tell somebody. You can't just be implosive and hold it in because then you'll explode for somebody drinking your Coke. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna crash out.
I promise you that's real.
I've had it. You know what I'm saying? To my family that I should have never, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, but like it's no, it's not good. It's not healthy for me. And then it definitely ain't safe for people around me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no big guy, but I've been tested before as far as mental, and sometimes I've failed.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And I definitely want to just move this conversation along because that was talking about, pros and cons for social media. And I definitely agree with you. I remember like early pandemic, I was getting like 1 million impressions a month.
That was what?
That was
seeing
easy.
that dashboard 30 days. I'm like, whoa, 1 million people.
A month, bro, easy, like clearing it every time. I'm not even talking about just 1 million, like 1,000,001. It's like 15. I mean, it's like 1,500,000. Like it's
almost
2 there. Yeah. So like I've definitely had to like fall out of love with numbers so much to where like I'm just delirious about it, because like it is discouraging. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not. Like I sit here and edit a YouTube video for 4 hours. I post it, only get 50 views. It's like, well. But then it's also like, again, like it's about the fun of it. I enjoy it. So like I'm taken away from the aspect of enjoying it because I'm focused on the numbers so much. So like it's a love-hate relationship, and like, you know, it's always going to be there because these social media apps, they want you to start paying for ads. They want you to start, you know, organically trying to reach people. If you haven't built up that big enough, like a big enough audience, it's hard to get like your stuff to hit their page. So so I just want to move away from that conversation. I feel like we're going into a good spot for the fourth question I have for you is like, you know, is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. You've posted something on your page in regard to like, you know, kind of just letting people in, you know, maybe just even a crack. I know it's not the whole story because, you know, we have so much life that we live, but like, how are you kind of like dealing with, you know, your mental health currently? Because although it's just like Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, like this is life. It's not just a month. Like this is living. So like, how are you dealing with it currently? And like, what are some things that you would say could somebody who's going through something that may be similar, how they can like go in the right direction, let's say?
For me, I found a vice, and people, when they say, oh, vices, like they automatically associate with a drug or something of that nature, or something being negative. No, my vice was or is the gym. I've noticed, man, that gym, man, it does something to my spirit. You know what I'm saying? I guess me building my temple, it helps my mental. Damn, that was a bar. That was a bar.
Hey, you might go ahead and copyright that.
But like, I realized the gym, it takes this. I guess me seeing everybody in there, because when you go to the gym, you think you're gonna see jacked up people, these fit people. When I go in there and I see all the people that are willing to face their flaws and their weight and their whatever they're facing by themselves, looking in that mirror, it does something to me, dog. It does something. It helps my spirit. And it's like, well, if they can do it, I can do it, you know? And I think the gym, but first, really, when I wake up, I pray now. Something that I should have been doing, but I was on this walk with God. And I'd say I was a lukewarm Christian. I was playing church. I'm going to church on Sunday. Cool. I'm not thinking about anything until next Sunday. And I realized that is not the way, you know what I'm saying, for me. And once I realized, like, I just started praying over myself, my family, and just my mental, it started to do it. Like, it was this, I'm not gonna say a 360 because then I'll be in the same spot. It was this complete 180. And now I'm on this different path. I'm willing to open up my feelings and my thoughts and sharing with people like, hey, I am feeling, I don't want to wake up tomorrow. I don't know why, but I need you to help me. I need you to guide me. I need you to do something for me. And then sometimes it's not even coming from him. It's coming from the people that he's placed in my life, and use those people as vessels to help me, you know, steer away from that same thought. It's literally banished from my thought once that person that needed to show up at that time shows up. So I noticed praying, the gym, and then I would say third is really just my wife, man. Having her by my side has been, dog, it's if I ain't have her, I wouldn't be here. Straight up. If she just and her dealing with, I don't think I haven't been diagnosed as bipolar, but bro, you know, you can't self-diagnose yourself, but you start researching, you start you're like, hold up, what's wrong with me? Why do I, you know what I'm saying? And her dealing with my sudden mood changes, and then telling me, hey, you tripping. You need to get just, you know, do this, do that. It helps me so much, man. Like I said, without her, I wouldn't be here. Straight up, I wouldn't be here. Having her stick with me, reassuring me, You know what I'm saying? That I am worthy, that I am a good father, that I am a good person, that I am a good child, that I am these things, that makes me keep going. The reassurance from her. Like I get it from prayer in the morning, and then he uses her as the vessel to continue to reassure me. You are this, you are great, you will be great. You are an influencer, not for the social media, but for your children. You are a great person. You are a great man. You know what I'm saying? And that reassurance from her is just, bro, that is no better feeling in the world, man. And I think for people that's dealing with this and going through their own mental issues, mental health issues, don't be afraid to speak. Uh, I know a lot of people are afraid. I was one of them. The like the backlash. I'm gonna be called. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you soft, man. Deal with your man. Deal with him, bro. You a man. Deal with him. That's what we got to do. And how are you as a person? Point proven. So I need to break this stigma and change that we cannot express our feelings as men, bro. And you're starting. There's a lot of people that are trying to do it, but like it starts here, man. It starts with us, especially as black men. We cannot express our feelings without being bashed, bro. And that shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the number, bro, it just shouldn't be. It's too many of us killing ourselves, especially at this age range from 25 to 35. Like, this is the roughest time of our life. You see what I'm saying? Because we're constantly looking at social media. We're constantly comparing ourselves. I don't care who you are or what you say, bro. We're comparing ourselves to certain people. But damn, why can't I be in this? Even with constant that, not saying it in a bad way, but like, damn, maybe if why can't I be streaming? Why can't I be doing what they doing? Damn, I love to see it. You know what I'm saying? But in the back of our minds, we kind of wish that all of us kind of wish that that was us in that, situation. And that's not going to happen. So with that being said, is like, to deal with it on your own, I feel like express yourself, man. Expressing yourself is the number one. Find you a positive vice that it literally frees your mind from a lot, so that when you can think, you're thinking clearly. You know what I'm saying? If you have a vice and a bad vice, I would say smoking. You know what I'm saying? If you was doing, I was a big pothead, bro. I was smoking 24/7. You know what I'm saying? And that was a vice that I used that I thought was helping me cope. It's not. It was just masking. You know what I'm saying? And that was a negative vice. And once I transitioned to the gym, praying every morning, I don't even have those thoughts, man. Like, I don't even think to go and roll up a blunt or a joint or this, that, and the third. I don't even think to go drink or let's go to the bar or any of that. It's I'm more stable now. You know what I'm saying? I don't just react off of emotion. So I think express yourself, find a positive vice, and I don't know, man. Don't like. It's hard for different people. I would always beat myself up. I would always try to find reassurance with other people. Don't find reassurance with other people that you don't need it from. You know what I'm saying? Me, in my situation, I'm married. I have kids. So finding the reassurance from people that see me every day, that's good for me. But like, for people that are single, no kids, no wife, find you a positive vice. Express yourself, and yeah, I think I think you're good. In my opinion, I think you'll be fine. You'll do just fine. But you can't like, don't beat yourself up. Do not beat yourself up, because once you do that, you lost. You'll lose the battle. You'll lose the battle.
Nah, that's why I let you, that you gave a lot of knowledge in that just alone. I think that alone is a lot that can help somebody get to, just a point of understanding. Because like, I feel like everybody mental health journey is gonna look different. Like,
For sure.
I could just share what I go through and how I dealt with it, but you might be able to take a piece of that, but it's not gonna. You can't equally choose how somebody chose to do what they did to how you do it, because it's just different. We all go through different stuff. We live in different environments, all that. So like, it's always good hearing another perspective, so you could kind of like see where other elements can apply to your life. So I like, because like you said a lot of good stuff, bro. You said like a lot of good stuff, and I'm gonna even have to replay this part just to hear what you said, like just for a second time. But I think the main thing that I want to add on to is like, you said you had your wife, and like, somebody may not be married, but it's like just having the right people to seek counsel from.
Yes.
Like, I feel like in this day and age, and I put this on TikTok and I was just making it a joke. Now I put this on Threads, but a lot of people, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong from getting advice from somebody that's younger than you, but a lot of people seek counsel and seek advice from people who just don't have enough skin in the game.
For sure.
I would be damned to call somebody 5 years younger than me big bro. I swear to God, like you'll know my life is over if that's just happening. Like the people I seek advice from in my life, like some of them are younger, but I'm not like, that's not my main source. Like if I'm really seeking, like I'm going through something I need to hear, like, you know, something that's going to help me get over this hump, they 40 plus.
50. Yep.
Like they the OGs because they've been here longer. They've been through what I've been through maybe 10 times. So
Sure.
like I respect my elders a lot. So like when they say something, I'm listening. I'm like, okay. But like that part, I'm also I'm dating somebody, and like I don't think people understand, like having a good woman in your life, bro. I'm
It's
talking
heaven
like
sent, bro.
I'm not even talking about like, you know, oh, like, you know, she cooks me food and like, you know, that's cool. And she like, you know, it's like, no, like somebody that's actually gonna be like, hey, you not acting like you. You need to get back to you.
Yep.
Like the you I like the you I like that is powerful, bro. And I feel like we living in the times where dudes are just always hating on women. And I feel like they need to look within because it's not them. Y'all.
For sure. For sure. The disrespect on women is insane, bro. It's insane.
I feel like a lot of it is manufactured because, you know, people get clicks for it. People get paid for it. Because, like, sometimes I feel like some people don't even necessarily feel like that. But they know they're trying to get that soundbite. They're trying to get that thing to go viral. Oh, I hate women. They stupid. They should stay in the kitchen. It's like, what are you talking about, bro? You don't even get girls. What are you talking about?
Like, what?
So, like,
stupid.
But I agree with you hard. Like, having a good woman in your life is just like, or just having good people in your life. And like, you know, it's hard sometimes because people put on a mask, and it's hard sometimes because like people have ill intentions that they don't necessarily show. But like the people that's good to you, you make sure like you with them. Because like a lot of my homies, they homies from middle school. A lot of my homies, like we done been through some stuff. So it's like, no, I know that's bro. Like, cause like having to always look over your shoulder and like you not know who to really trust. Like it is hard, and it could add to like overall mental. But like I said, I don't want to, you know, keep rambling on about it, but like I thought you said a lot of good stuff in that piece right there that I resonated with just off what you were saying. In the gym. Yeah, you know, on my story every day. I'm in the gym every day. The days I don't go to the gym, I feel like, what's wrong with me? Like my stomach start hurting, like my body feel achy. I'm like, I didn't go to the gym. If I just simply go to the gym, I'm cool. I am cool. That's why I kickstart my day. I wake, my alarm goes off at 5, and if I'm feeling lazy, the 5:30 want to get me up out the bed. But I'm in that gym at 6.
See,
and I have to start my day like that because, you know, my day without the gym sounds like, you know, I don't know, like it's real loud. But as soon as I walk in the gym, it's like, okay, cool. Like everything's silent. I could just focus on the weight. Nothing like I'm just me in the gym in that moment. It's nothing else. I'm not working for this company. I'm not, you know, I don't have to be creative cloth. I don't have to, I'm just me in the gym. So yeah, the gym is important. But I feel like people tend to think that the gym is the answer. The gym isn't the answer because you still have to do internal work after you get out of the gym. You can't just go to the gym and think, I'm healed. Nah, you still got to be able to, you know, effectively communicate with people, let them know what's going on with you.
That's a fact.
Now, this, bro, I didn't had, man, when I started doing virtuals a year ago, I probably had a total of like maybe 20 people on here. This for sure in top 3. This is like, I've been following you. Like we've been following each other
for years. We can say that, bro, for years.
We've been following each other. I've never had a level of communication like this. This is a fire conversation, bro. For sure. Fire. Even just like from the shoes, it's like just, I guess just, I don't know. I feel like
man, I'm telling you, That's why I said what I said. We got a link, man, because we had like for days. You know what I'm saying? For days,
Yeah,
I could sit on here for days because there's so much things that I know we can talk about that we both have knowledge behind that I think we both enjoy. So you know what I'm saying? That makes the conversations even easier, to have. So
most
yeah,
def. And just
this is
like
my
one,
first one, dog. This is my
really,
first one. Yeah, so I was
hey,
nervous at the beginning, bro.
look at
So
this.
I'm good now.
Just one last thing, just to wrap it up, send it home. What is one piece of advice you would give to a smaller creator out there who's like, man, I'm not seeing the numbers I want. I'm not like, I'm not getting no partnerships. I'm trying to work with people. Like, what's like a piece of advice you could give them and be like, listen,
The big C word, consistency. That is it. I promise you. It doesn't matter if you get one view, if you're a Twitch streamer, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Stay consistent, stay authentic. If you start to veer off from being yourself, we feel that. We see it, we feed off of it as well, and we will, kind of just forget about you in a sense. Because me being a consumer, I can see it when I'm gonna bring an example. Consistency though. Number one for these small creators, consistency, consistency, consistency. No matter what, don't read into the whole scheme of numbers. Numbers are a facade, just like social media is a facade. Numbers are a facade. Stay consistent. Consistency is number one. And an example for me is me being a consumer. I'm talking about big Wiz fan. I'm in high school. I had the blonde patch, big fro, camo shorts, Chuck Taylors, jean jackets, all of it, right? Once he got commercial after Cushion Orange Juice and he dropped that album, Rolling Papers, everybody, not just me, I know me in particular, I was like, whoa, hold on, this ain't what I roll up. That ain't Wiz. I don't know that Wiz. I've never, something ain't right. And I started to see how he transitioned into this commercial artist, and he kind of got less popular, straight up. And this is Wiz Khalifa we're talking about. After Cushion Orange Juice, and maybe after, man, I'm gonna be real. After Cushion Orange Juice and he got commercial, I don't think anybody was bringing up Wiz like that. And if we were bringing up Wiz, it was still Mesmerized and Cushion Orange Juice tapes. And I love you, Wiz. I'm not knocking it from you because he got back into his old ways, and it sounds amazing. You know what I'm saying? And now he's starting to get that traction back, and he's staying consistent in what he's known for and his niche. Don't veer off on the trends. Don't follow no trends. Stay true to what you know and like what you like. Dang, that's crazy. Stay true.
I mean, dropping bars the whole time.
Look, man, you stay true, man, to yourself and stay consistent. That's all you need. Yeah, and you'll see the benefits will start to flow in for sure. It happened with me. It happened with you. You know what I'm saying? When we were consistent, and I'm not saying we're not consistent, but when on just strictly on Instagram,
yeah,
bro, the likes were rumbling in, free merch. You know what I'm saying? Now we getting brand deals with what was that one rental company? They were sending you shoes, rental shoes.
Oh,
you ended up getting it, then I ended up getting it.
Kicks.
Yeah. And then Foot Locker. I had campaigns with Foot Locker, Timberland, New Balance, Crocs. You know what I'm saying? My wife is staying consistent on TikTok, and now she's getting Dove brand deals, the laundry detergent brand deals, because that's what she likes to do. She likes to post her hair getting done or her washing clothes or things of that nature. And when you stay true to that, bro, that's all you need to do. Stay true to yourself and stay consistent. If you want to do good, I guess, in this realm or in this business, consistency, and in anything in life, bro, consistency is number one. So that's it. Staying consistent in everything you do, not just because social media. If you go to the gym, stay consistent. If you're eating healthy, stay consistent. If you're praying, stay consistent. Whatever, stay consistent.
Nah, you spin facts, man. Again, bro, this was truly a pleasure, bro. I didn't really think like, because like sometimes I'll meet creators, I'm like, okay, like the vibe cool, but like this kind of like I probably won't talk to that person again. Like this was like, bro, I promise you, this was probably one of the best conversations I've had and since doing like virtual KLOTH Talk, this is definitely one of the best conversations I had. Like it's not even close, bro. Like I've had like just like some of your perspectives on sneakers and like some of the sneakers that you was talking about. I'm like, damn, nobody's talking about these shoes. Like, So yeah, bro, I just want to give you your flowers because like again, we've been following for years. And I see what you're doing, and like again, it's just dope to see it after all these years that we still going at it.
For sure.
But yeah, without further ado, like I always do, I will catch y'all in the next one.
But I love the way you work it. Hey, I love the way you work it for me.